What do you think about the current state of the Moorish Science Temple of America in prison? Because we got a pretty, I wouldn't say bad, yeah, I guess a pretty bad reputation for some of the things that we do allow. Like we don't, screen people paperwork, and then you got the homosexuality stigma. What you feel
Right,
about
and
that?
that's like one of the most major things right now, the homosexuality from the present right now to the past. But I think it's to the point right now where I'm talking about even at the joint that I'm at right now, presently at right now, it's like to me bad. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a part of that got to do with like outside representation. They don't come up like they used to do at one time, where they more motivated and they guys stay within what the movement is about. But at this point, I'm talking about to the point where I have to explain to guys now. I say, if it ain't about the teachings and our purpose, which is to uplift the fallen humanity, that's the purpose. So anything that's contrary to that, and it's not about the teachings, then I don't want to have nothing to do with it. So you have to tell guys that, because they off into other stuff that don't have nothing to do with the movement and the teachings. So, at times I be at odds with them, but I don't have no problem, because I don't have no problem if you don't speak, and I move the way I move. But if it ain't got nothing to do with the science, the movement, or it being for the uplifting of fallen humanity, you know what I'm saying? Because we talking about, if anything, you talking about uplifting the guy's thoughts.
Yeah.
If he in a bad circumstance, then you talking about uplifting him in that manner, or if he dealing with any type of, loss of family member, or he need help with trying to get his GED or whatever you're talking about. We talking about uplifting him and assisting him in that way. So it be at times when guys will be like, well, hey, this guy he into this, he done did this, he owes some guys and all that. I said, okay, well, you better make sure he be able to pay that debt, because I'm not finna help pay the debt. I'm not finna get intervened. Yeah, he owe a guy, he should pay him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, anything that got to do with it, say pay the debt that you owe him. They say that in the teachers. Mm-hmm. So anything that's contrary to that, I'm not with it.
Exactly. Have you ever seen a sexual assault take place in prison?
Say that again.
Have you ever seen a sexual assault take place in prison?
Not actually seen it, but I know it's took place. But I've never actually seen it, so but I done heard about it. But now they got what is called PREA, and they take that serious. So as soon as the guy say he's been sexually assaulted, the guy who he accusing, they immediately coming to get him, putting him in a hole, and the state police immediately coming up here. So they got that, over the years, that was unheard of. So guys was getting sexually assaulted and abused, throughout the system years ago. But now they got, and they put it on JPay, and they got numbers you can call. They posted in the units. But now, even if you say the police and grab you the wrong way, they taking that serious, and they finna investigate. I'm talking about. So, but I ain't never actually seen no sexual, and that's something that I wouldn't want to see anyway. You know what I'm saying?
No dog.
In prison. So we talk about a homosexual act. I don't want to see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who most likely to become victims when they come to prison? What type of people? Maybe what type of ethnicity, so on and so forth.
Well, you
not
part of that one time, and not putting nothing against a race of people. You got Caucasians when they come to prison. You got quite naturally when they came back during the era of time when I came in, and before that, then you really couldn't walk the yard. You had to be on protection, because either you got squaws, extorted, you know what I'm saying, in order to stay on the yard, and if you didn't, then you became, somebody was trying to, basically take you up under their wing and prey on you. A predator was preying on you, and you was either having sex with them, or they were just squeezing you. So one way or the other, time you gotta think about it. If a brother, I'm talking about an Asiatic brother, was a homosexual, that's because he was basically into that, you know, or unless you was weak. And you got to think about it. We talking about a criminal environment with guys with all different types of mentalities and preying on the weak. So when the weak come in here, it don't make no difference what ethnicity you are, then you gonna get squoze. And they can see, they can, you know, some of these boys can sense fear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Have the Caucasian race in prison during your 33 years, have they ever been like strongly, you know, aligned with each other, you know, had a lot of respect in a particular group?
Yeah, the Aryans, that's it. I'm saying the Aryans. The Aryans over the years, even during that time when I first come down, but you know, now you have gangs. So now the Europeans basically then, you know, join with these different gangs that allow them to join with the gangs. So that's what was baffling to me. I'm looking at it like the European, you know, and I done seen, I'm talking about actually seen them attack, you know, brothers in here at one time that was unheard of. So they had, you know, them the first ones that they used to go on the mission, you know, and that. But that's just something over the years in this generation that happens. But some at one time it was unheard of. But as far as being strong of force, no, because you done had riots in here, you know, race riots. So when that happened, and you already know they outnumber, and it's, you know, they didn't got the bad end of the stick every incident when it happened like that. But yeah, but at this point you got the gangs in here, so you know, some of them are the gang members. You know, so.
What part of Detroit are you from? Is it the Warren area?
West side.
Where?
I'm off the west side, off Schoolcraft.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm tripping.
Schoolcraft between Greenfield and, you know, basically Greenfield, even all the way down Evergreen. So
you said you got incarcerated at 20 years old. I was reading some of the comments in your videos and reading some of the comments people sent to D. They all said like you was a big brother to them at that age, and they miss you and things like that. And the lady started crying when she heard your voice. Like, what made you the big bro then? What was you doing for people, or you know, was you just cool or popular? What was going on?
Well, you know, I'm from my Schoolcraft, so I grew up on Schoolcraft. So, you know, I hung with, you know, homeboys in the neighborhood and all that, but, you know, I was, you know, a drug dealer. First, I was a schoolboy. You know, I went to school and everything, graduated from Redford, you know, high school. But, you know, I was a schoolboy. But then, you know, after I got out of school, you know, I wasn't going to college. I wasn't really doing that. So I ended up, you know, basically getting into the, you know, selling dope, you know, and, you know, I guess that just come from, you know what I'm saying, you know, being out there, you know, in the streets, just hanging out and selling drugs and money that's tax-free, you know, we spent it, you know, I had fun. So that was my motto, you know, have fun.
Exactly.
And hang out, you know, and try to look out for my, you know, family, you know, as far as sisters and brothers, you know, during that time, and, you know, friends. So anybody that hung out with me, if you hung out with me, most of the time we trying to do something where we having fun. You follow what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that just that, you know, the way I was when I was on the street, that's what, you know, that's what we was doing in the hood.
Is Carson City, is that Lakeland?
Carson City is DRF. Carson City is, I'm trying to see, like, how long, I think it's 15 minutes or something like that from Lansing, but it's like 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken, away from Detroit. But, yeah, Carson City is DRF. Lakeland is, I think, Lapeer. I think Lakeland is Lapeer. Yeah, I had to check to see what Lakeland is.
Yeah, you're right. It's Lapeer. It's Lapeer, yeah. You're right. When you went to Standish, what level was that?
Oh, Standish, I was in level 5. You know, Standish, I was only in the hole at Standish when it was open. You know, Standish closed now. But I did 6.5 years in the hole straight. So when I was at Standish during that time, I was in the hole.
6.5
which was,
years straight.
basically isolated, 24 hours, 24 hours in the cell. You come out for an hour a yard, you get the shower, for about 5-10 minutes in the shower, but, that was the whole, and that was, the consequences of getting caught and put back into prison for escaping from prison. So that's when I was at Standish. That was like a 96 to 99. I was in the hall of Standish, somewhere around in there.
Wow, 6 years straight. How did you keep your sanity, or did it tweak you out a bit, or what?
Well, you gotta be mindful that the hole and the way they design the hole, which even to this era of time, it's designed to break you. So if you do something wrong, especially and I'm talking about not just catch a ticket where they write a ticket and then they give you some sanctions and they put you like on loss of privileges and all that. We talking about incidents where fighting, attacking the police, escaping, things of that nature. So when they put you in the hole, it's designed to break you. So they put you in the hole and they isolate you. So you're not around general population. So you isolated. So a lot of guys, they gonna break. A lot of guys break. They get on meds.
You have 1 minute remaining.
That's one of the things that the administration designed the hole for, but it didn't break me. It just made me sit down and focus. Like, okay, that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna spend my time reading. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So you're trying to do something that's gonna be beneficial to. When you get out, not doing what put you in the hole, or when you get out of prison. Some guys, you trying to learn something. So I was in the hole studying everything, reading everything, real estate, stocks, bonds, anything I could, novels, whatever. So that's where I learned a lot of the things that I learned. I learned them because I spent 6.5 years straight in the hole. So, I learned a lot of stuff. That's why I studied business, what I'm saying? Because I said when I get out, and I'm going to need something to do as far as making money where I can live.
Thank you for using GTA.